Flip-flopping has become a dirty word. It's often used to label someone as weak, inconsistent, or hypocritical. And sometimes it's true, some people change positions out of convenience, not out of conviction. But there's more to it than that. Not every shift in perspective deserves ridicule. In fact, sometimes changing your mind is the only rational thing to do. The real question isn't whether you flip-flop, but why? Flip-flopping can mean you've looked at new information, weighed it against your previous beliefs, and admitted that the old position doesn't hold up. The world changes. Knowledge expands. If you never adjust, you risk becoming dogmatic instead of wise. It takes humility to say, "I was wrong." Many people double down on shaky positions just to save face. Sometimes you're just playing devil's advocate, deliberately flipping your stance to test the strength of your own ideas. By arguing the opposite side, you expose weaknesses you wouldn't otherwise see. This type of flip-flopping isn't weakness, it's growth. It shows you care more about truth than pride. Historians, scientists, engineers, etc., all have had to flip-flop as they found more data to back out of original stances. On the other hand, flip-flopping can also signal insecurity or manipulation. When someone changes positions to chase approval, stay popular, or cling to power, it's no longer about logic, it's about survival. Constantly bending to the loudest voice in the room erodes credibility. If people can't trust where you stand, they stop trusting you altogether. Shifting views. Just because of outside influence, not because of genuine reconsideration, is a sign of weakness. The worst kind of flip-flopping is when someone changes their position, but pretends they've always believed the new thing. That's not growth, it's dishonesty. Public figures flip-flop constantly, but often for reasons that have nothing to do with growth. They pivot depending on polls, donors, or which way their party leans. One election cycle, they promise one thing. The next cycle, they promise the opposite. It's rarely about logic. It's about votes and survival. Entertainers and amp. Celebrities reinvent themselves to stay relevant. Sometimes it's genuine evolution, but often it's a calculated move to keep their name trending. In entertainment, flip-flopping isn't about principles. It's about branding. For both groups, the incentive is clear. Stay in the spotlight. Stay in power. Whether the public buys into it depends on how well they sell the change. Media helps spin this as to some. Bad publicity is better than no publicity. They just crave attention, chasing that light. In reality, we all flip-flop to some extent, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. Many fall into the trap of changing their views based on what their political party or company culture expects. This kind of loyalty-driven flip-flopping can kill independent thinking. On the positive side, plenty of average people change their minds because they've wrestled with new information. They shift positions not to please anyone, but to stay grounded and open-minded. This is the healthy kind of flip-flopping, when you evolve not because you have to, but because you've grown enough to admit you should. Flip-flopping is neither inherently good nor bad. The difference lies in motive. Growth-driven flip-flopping equates to humility, learning, maturity. Approval-driven flip-flopping equates to hypocrisy, weakness, manipulation. So the next time someone calls you a flip-flopper, ask yourself, am I changing for logic or for applause? Because the first earns respect, even if it's uncomfortable. The second earns distrust, even if it's popular.